A 5-game winless streak this Friday night, but once again, it won't be easy in MAC conference play. They'll take on the Quips of El Equipa. Lou Falcone brought the Farrell Steelers show to the area this past Friday night when the Steelers took on the Laurel Spartans at Spartan Stadium. And they also ruined the Spartan homecoming evening. Spartans came out fired up against the Steelers, the top-ranked Steelers against the 4th-ranked Spartans in this battle of the unbeatens in Tri-County North competition. And we'll pick up action in the first quarter of play at Spartan Stadium. Homecoming night for Laurel this past Friday night. The Spartans kicked off to Farrell, and the potent Farrell offense on the field first with Lamont Samuels, the Farrell quarterback here, as Dwayne Johnson. You'll see him coming right into your living room, and you'll see Johnson quite a bit tonight, ripping off big yardage here, picking up a Steeler first down. It didn't take Farrell's offense to get on track, as it was doing that very effectively early. Lamont Samuels right here picking up big yardage before he's brought down by Chris Hupko. Another Steeler first down, putting the pressure on the Laurel defense early on. Samuels under center here, wants to go to the air, but this time he's sacked for loss. David Patton in on the stop, as well as John Rich for the Laurel Spartans. And we'll see Laurel's offense very shortly here. Chris Hupko, the senior quarterback. But I think the story of the ball game wasn't the Farrell offense, but it was the Farrell defense. They were extremely impressive in limiting the Spartans' chances here. Chris Hupko tries to go to the air, forces one, bad toss, picked off by number 7, Bill Altman. Altman with 3 pickoffs. Hupko, his first of 5 interceptions on what proved to be a long night for Chris and the Spartans offensively. Here he comes. He's 6'1". Now, they say he's 200 pounds, folks. You guess it. Look at that. Dwayne Johnson rips off a big touchdown. Farrell leads it by a score of 6-0. And the scary thing is Tri-County coaches will have to see that running back as well as the rest of the Farrell offense again next year. Chris Hupko trying to get something going for Laurel. Nothing doing. Farrell defense tough, as great coverage all game long too for Farrell. Hupko now back deep to punt. And Corey Brody looking to get someplace, but the Laurel coverage team right there as they sack Brody for a loss on that particular play. Now the Laurel defense gets tough midway through the first quarter and throughout the second quarter. Lamont Samuels trying for a bomb here, but it's picked, incomplete rather, and good coverage by Danny Pontius. We'll see Pontius pick one off here too later on in the ball game as the Laurel defense came up strong. Spartan offense back on the field, but Tom Barker, nothing doing against the tough Farrell defense. Hupko back under center, looking to try to get something going offensively, but it's so tough because the Steeler defense is so quick. You see Hupko in deep trouble, and Chris is able to ad-lib his way to a first down. Great play there by Chris Hupko. That was in the second quarter of play. Finally, Laurel picked up its first down of the evening. Homecoming night, by the way, for Laurel this past Friday night. Spartan offense still on the field. Quarterback Chris Hupko, will see him hand off to Tom Barker, one of the better gains on the evening for Barker, who came into the game with over 500 yards, but the Steeler defense limited the big back to right around the 50-yard mark in Friday night's contest. Hupko leads his troops out here, trying to get something going offensively against this Steeler defense, which they were hoping to find a few holes, but it was tough doing so. But they were able to find one hole right there. But coming up, you're going to see a tremendous catch by Bill Altman. He's number 7. He'll be coming into your screen very shortly here as Hupko goes back to pass, and Altman makes a super interception right there, picks off Hupko, and Bill Altman with his second of 3 interceptions on the evening. And now the Farrell offense back on the field. The pressure goes back to the Spartan defense, which proved up to the task, even though Lamont Samuels picks up a first down on this play. The Steelers will look to go deep on this play here. Samuels drops back to pass, but the Laurel coverage right there. Danny Pontius right there to pick it off. Great reception and interception by Pontius, and he brings the ball back in good field position for Laurel. Fumbled the ball, by the way, but fortunately for the Spartans, right in the hands of one of their players, and that was a live ball. So at the end of the first half, it was 7-0 Farrell. Now, one of the controversial plays of the ballgame, watch this. Does Corey Brody touch the football? The fans and everybody in the press box said yes, but as you can see from that angle, it was awfully tough to tell. In fact, it didn't look like from that angle that Brody did touch the football, but the Spartan defense comes up big. Dwayne Johnson, nowhere to go. Nothing but green jerseys all around Dwayne Johnson. Farrell's offense trying to get away from their own goal line here. We'll see Lamont Samuels on the option play. Good pitch. Corey Brody looking for some room. There was a penalty on the play right there. There was a clip, and that brought the ball back for Farrell. The Farrell fans think they have a first down, but no go because of the flag. Now, the Spartan offense, this is after a poor punt. They've got the ball inside the 20-yard line, but watch what happens. Laurel trying to get back in the football game. Here, Hupko running for his life, looking upfield, and he's sacked. Now, Hupko will come out of the game as quarterback, and we'll see Hupko in a little bit of a trick play here that the Steelers weren't fooled by. You will see Hupko on the halfback option play. The Steeler defense, though, all over this play. Pass goes incomplete. Almost a great catch by Jeff Niles, but the Steeler defense holds. This would prove to be the key series of the football game. Here, Corey Brody rips off a big gain as he carries it out near the 30-yard line, and the Steelers basically put the game out of reach right here, even though they score later on in the contest. Look at that catch by Bill Altman, huh? What an amazing grab. Laurel right there on the coverage, but Altman comes down with a super touchdown catch from Lamont Samuels, and now Farrell leads it 14-0, and the Spartans, as the Farrell Steelers and fans enjoy it, Spartans know they are in big trouble at this particular point. Again, that same play we saw before. Hupko tries it again. Farrell all over Chris Hupko. Chris with a poor pass here, and it's picked off, his fourth interception on the evening. Again, as I said earlier, the Farrell defense, I thought, was even more impressive than that high-potent offense. Lamont Samuels once more. Was it a lateral? Sure looked that way, but the referee called it an incompleted pass. Head coach George Miles wasn't too happy about that one. Here he is, Dwayne Johnson, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Got to put a question mark next to that. He picks up, in fact, he had over 130 yards, Johnson did, in Friday night's contest. Here, Hupko under center again, trying to get something on the board. He's sacked for a big, big loss. Flag was on the play. There was a face mask penalty on the play. Hupko again looking, goes deep here to the near sideline. It's picked off this time by Corey Brody of Farrell. That was 5 interceptions, rough night for Chris Hupko, who's had an outstanding season for Laurel. Doesn't take the Steelers long. There he is, the big train. Johnson rolling down the far sideline, scores for the second time on the night. 137 yards, as we told you earlier, for the big back from Farrell. The Steelers now in complete control, 21-0. They lead Laurel at this point. The Spartans trying to get something on the board. Nice catch and run here by Ed Malls of Laurel, able to bring the ball inside the 40-yard line to the Steeler 37. But the drive would stall. Hupko looking here to the near sideline, looking for somebody to pass to. He's in big trouble, goes from one side to the other, still looking upfield. Some great movement by Hupko, throws deep into the end zone, and the pass is picked off by, you guessed it, number 7, Bill Altman. 3 interceptions and also a touchdown catch on the night for Altman. Farrell wins it by a final score of 21-0. This week, Laurel will travel to Mercer to take on the Mustangs. Stay tuned. We've got our